Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I wanted to share with you guys how it's been going so far for my husband and I as far as paying off our debt. We decided that in June of 2018, which was just last year, that we were not going to use our credit cards anymore or add on to our debt. So just cash everything, or a debit card. So it's been 1 year, and I wanted to show you what we've paid off so far and kind of explain because explain why we have so many credit cards in the first place. The last time I did one of these videos was in November, and I remember getting a comment saying like, man, you have so many credit cards. And yes, I made some very, very poor decisions back in college, and no excuses. It was just really bad decision making on my part. And if I could go back and tell myself not to get it, I would. I feel like I'm not a responsible credit card user, which is why I have nothing against credit cards or people that use credit cards or anything like that. I have friends that use it responsibly. Me, myself, personally, I just spiral out of control when I have a credit card. So we just decided just no more credit cards. So in June of last year, I made this tracker here, kind of listing all of the debt that we had, listing them in a snowball order. So we were paying it off using the snowball method. We are still using that today. And this is how whatever I have crossed off on here is what has been paid off. So we started our debt with a total of $46,029. And I will say though, because to be honest with you guys, we hadn't cut up any of our credit cards, and part of the reason why for that, because I believe in one of my videos in November, I think, in my debt-free journey progress, I mentioned that I hadn't cut it up yet, and someone asked why I hadn't. Honestly, it's because I was scared, if that makes sense, that I feel like my credit cards was kind of my backup, which is weird because we had an emergency fund and that was our backup. So I don't know. We never got rid of our credit cards. So as of today, no more credit cards, all cut up. They're gone. You know, we can't go back and use them anymore. But only because now I feel comfortable that in our savings, that if anything were to happen, we can dip into ourselves, like the money that we saved up and the money that we've saved for if anything were to go wrong. But in what month? But in January of this year, I had an unexpected surgery. Something happened to me, and doctor's checkups, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And my doctor recommended for me to do the surgery right away. And we had $1,000 saved up, mind you, in December, and I think November also. My husband lost out on, so his paychecks were getting smaller because he was calling out. He used up a lot of his vacation time and sick time and all of that to kind of help take care of me a little bit. So we dipped into our emergency fund a lot. What we didn't realize though, that the $1,000 that we had saved up didn't really cut it. So what ended up happening was one of our cards, which is this Wells Fargo one here, the balance was $510 when we started. That was already all paid off. And what had happened was they increased our credit card limit. And for me, it was kind of like, since I had saved that card and we didn't have enough funds to cover, my surgery, we ended up using the card. And I just felt so bad for it. And I looked at my husband when they told us the amount. We were like, what do we do? And so yeah, we put it on the card. It was about $1,900. I think it was like it was close to $1,900. So we put $1,900 on the card, and that was it that we put on the card. And I felt so bad, you guys. But it was a surgery that just couldn't wait. I couldn't we couldn't replenish our emergency fund in time for me to dip into our emergency fund because we had none. So we used the card, and then now we're okay. So that's it. That's the only time we've ever used the card. So after using our credit card to cover medical expenses, we decided that $1,000 for an emergency fund isn't cutting it, and I feel like we learned that the hard way. Also, my bad for not researching, about our health insurance, what's covered, and what we have to pay for and stuff. But the good news is the person that billed us said that we're covered, if anything were to happen, we're good because we paid for the, what is that called? We paid for the, I don't know what it's called. I'm blanking out here, but anyways, we've increased our emergency savings fund for just in case because we don't want to be caught in that situation again. Hopefully none of us gets sick, or hopefully none of us ever has to go through anything like that. But yeah, anyways, moving on. So let's take a look at this worksheet here, which is a worksheet out of the Budget Moms Budget by Paycheck workbook that I had recently started using just this month. I am going to be uploading a video about how I'm using it, or I'm going to be uploading a video about the new budget system that I'm using, which is the Budget by Paycheck workbook. And so this is at the end of every month. You get one of these worksheets, and this one is the debt payment plan. What's nice about this is that it reminds you to write down what debts you have here. And in this top section here, so it has your creditor, your balance, interest rates, minimum payments, and the order that you want to pay them off. We are still using the snowball method because I was watching one of the Budget Moms video about I was watching one of the Budget Moms video on some free debt payoff calculators online, and there was one where you list everything out in order you put down your interest rates, and it'll tell you what would be more beneficial if you should do the snowball method or the avalanche method. And if you're not familiar, the avalanche method is based off of, I'm so sorry, let me turn off my phone. And if you're not familiar with the avalanche method, that is paying off your debt according to which one has the highest interest rate. So for me, or according to the calculator, it'll be better for us to do it based off of the snowball method, which I thought was strange because in one of our interest rates, it's like close to 30%. So, but we're going to continue on with this plan and see how it goes. One great news for this month of June is that one of our loans that we have had since 2015 is finally going to get paid off. We were paying $200 every other week. That was our payment. That was our payment plan. And so that's pretty much $400 a month. And this month is going to be the last month for that payment. So I'm so happy for that. Let's see. So moving on. Before I move on, sorry. I highlighted some areas here because I got questions before in some of my other videos about, like, man, you have so many credit cards. But I explained that it's not just all mine. Even though we kind of still split it, the green is my husband's, the blue is mine. That is still a lot of credit cards. I don't think any one person, I don't know, this is nuts to me. I don't know what I was thinking. My college self was thinking getting these many credit cards. But so anything in green is my husband's credit cards. Anything in blue is my debt. However, in credit cards, it's just I have 4 credit cards and then 2 student loans. And my husband as well, he has 4 credit cards. And yeah, just so you guys know. And in this section here, it says, or it has extra debt payments that you're making. And what credit card or creditor that you're making extra debt payments to, the amount and the payment date. And the only one that we're paying extra on right now is the Capital One card, which is the first one here. And I usually write it in my bills as, you know, just like a payment of $80 because it's on auto pay. So I don't really take into account that that's an extra debt payment, but it is. We increased it by $51, which doesn't seem like much, but it really does add up. And I'm thinking of increasing that amount the next month. So yeah, and then on the side here it says total debt payments in June, minimum plus extra. So our total debt payment for the month of June is $1,328. And last year in June, our total monthly payments was $1,913. So after June, since we won't be paying for our one main loan anymore, it's for sure going to go down to at least $900. And then here it has your monthly debt progress. I really love these two sections here because it really lets you get a visual idea of how much of your debt that you're actually tackling every month. So last month's total debt balance was $32,723, and this month's total debt balance is $31,645. And when you subtract them two, you get total debt monthly progress $1,078. So the remaining went to interest. So $250 went to interest last month, or this month. And then our total debt monthly progress is 2.6%. And our goal next month is to up it by at least 3%, which means I have to increase our monthly payment for one of our cards. So the goal next month is to pay a little bit more. And then overall debt progress here at the bottom, it's the total debt that you started with. And again, we started with $46,000. And this month, total debt balance $31,645, which means we had paid off, so in 1 year, $14,384. And overall debt progress, so that's about 31% of our overall debt. So we still got a long ways to go. I'm giving us a goal of 1 year to finish paying off at least our credit card or consumer debt, which is $12,330. If we can finish that quicker than expected, then for sure we're going to tackle the student loans as well, especially since the interest rate isn't as high. We want to make sure we finish that off as quick as we can. Hopefully by the end of 2020 we'll be debt free. That's the bigger goal. And that pretty much wraps it up for this video. If I had explained something wrong, or if you have any comments or concerns, please don't forget to just leave a comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.